Hello. I have a little bit of an impromptu reading today. This actually just came up for me. This is something that's been kind of on my radar and on my mind for a while. And it was a reading I think I was meant to do like a few weeks ago, but I was having a hard time. If this has found you, then this message is for you. And maybe you've been the group of people who needed to hear it, but I'm going to try to keep it a little bit shorter. But the too long didn't read version of this is do not fear this ending. The song that has come up for me right now, I will put it in the description below, is Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. The other song that came up was Burning for You. So you might like that band, or you might like, some of you like prog rock. There's just something like very enticing about your energy right now and the spiritual gift you are developing. In order to make a cake, though, you have to crack eggs. You can't hold on to your carton of eggs and expect there to be a cake made. So you are manifesting something very big, and you might be going through a lot of devastating, earth shattering revelations and more right now. It feels like what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. There's like this a tower moment freezing out of a lot of old frequencies, maybe even assets and divine intervention at play. Because the thing is you set something in motion and you want it. But there are a couple of eggs in your basket that need to be thrown out that cannot actually contribute to this cake. I'm actually also being brought to the Adult Swim short or the Adult Swim video, Too Many Cooks. Too many cooks will spoil the broth and spoil your attitude. If you are committed to something, you set something in motion, you have a creative idea, you have ideals in mind, but there are too many cooks in the kitchen and you need to kick them out. Some of you might actually just be bakers, or you might be pursuing a creative endeavor, and so many people are just interjecting with what you can and cannot do in the situation. And I'm actually getting a lot of like, okay, it feels like this is temporary right now, but it feels like you are bombarded with a lot of streams of consciousness, or you are, I'm getting like neurodivergent ADD, and you are over or hyper stimulated by the noise around you. I'm also getting the song Noise by the band Nightwish. It's like, go out and touch grass, fam. You got to kick some kings and queens out of the kitchen. You know how to cook. You know how to make your own broth. You know how to do the things you need to do. But there is some fear and maybe even attachment wounds. Yeah, because now I'm hearing burning for you. Yeah, so in some senses, it's like you are passionate about something, or you were at one point, and now you're burnt out. And a lot of that could be just the noise around you is silencing out your own creative endeavors, your own creativity, or maybe your own ego and attitude is getting in the way. If you can't take constructive criticism, or you feel like you hold on too tight to an expected outcome, yeah, because I'm getting a lot of like hyper energy. Like there's so much you want, and I think spirit right now, the best advice for you to really balance this out, to really come back to yourself and like call your energy back to you, dude. Like what the frick, fam? Like I'm getting like you need to go on a vacation. You need to go touch grass, hug a telephone pole, calm the freak down. Because I'm getting a lot of like media references. There's also a need to take a little bit of a slice of humble pie. There's humility, and it's not a skill issue. Like you have a gift, and you've been given a gift, and you've been setting things in motion. You're fiercely devoted, but you might be just even juggling too many things at the same time. If this isn't a matter of you not being able to take constructive criticism, or you having too many like cooks in the kitchen, it could be guilt. You don't want to get rid of certain people from your team because you might feel like ashamed of saying no to someone. You might not know how to say no to someone. This could possibly just be someone is trying to outrank you with your creative ideas. Like if you wanted to be a boss in a situation or a project and you decided to take in a lot of helpers, there might be people with control issues that want to almost, I'm hearing, devouring your plans. There's a lot of like people who came with you or came to you or approached you or worked with you with the same soul mission in mind are not really fully committed to working with you or seeing your vision come to fruition. And the universe is finding a way to balance itself out because in the end, this is up to you. You set something in motion. You have a goal or a destination in mind. And this could feel like your destiny. You could even be trying to find chosen family. This could be a work thing. This could be just like, I'm even seeing someone playing tennis or being a tennis instructor. This is like you're with a group of people or a soul family that feels too good to be true, but there is just some, I'm hearing toxic over availability. You also might just need to let go of people who are not necessarily spoiling things, but they just need to take a step back. Because I'm getting an example of like Thanksgiving. And if you have a big family and everybody's in the kitchen and they're cooking at once, and maybe you're in a small space, it's like there's only one stove, there's only one pot to go around. And, you might have family members bringing stuff in, ask them to cook in their own kitchen and bring it to the table. But when it comes to like this creative like stew, sometimes you just need people to hold back and, just support instead of adding to the pot. Just request that some people in your life support you by standing off to the side or just being there with you, being in the kitchen. They don't need to cook, they just need to be there and cheer you on or bring the brewskis or bring the lemonade. It's kind of one of those things. It's like it isn't necessarily nefarious, but in some cases it might be just a matter of you needing to say no to people who either no longer align with your vision or a gift you've been given, and replacing that with more of you, more of your thoughts. I'm hearing deep seated fears and memories are coming up for you to clear as well because you want this manifestation, but right now it's kind of in reverse. It's like all these cups, you've been provided with so much, but instead of using it to pour into your own garden, your own well, you are pouring out too much energy into the opinions of others. And there's almost a feeling of self defeat. But sometimes the simplest answer is just to say no and not say why. No is a complete sentence. And you might feel ashamed to say no. They might have people pleasing tendencies, and that's very difficult to unlearn. But it is going to make it easier to just say no, full stop. And if people don't agree, if people push back, then you have to go a step further and say, well, now I can't have you with me around this project because you've made yourself known to be unreliable and willing to overstep boundaries. You care not about my vision and not about me or how comfortable I am. You care about yourself. So if you're pouring others into others who care more about themselves and more about controlling you than supporting you and loving you and anchoring you into a new timeline, just claim your worth, know your worth. And over time, it will get easier. Sometimes it's just the first step, the first no, the first pushback argument of I appreciate what you contribute to this project, to this family, to this broth, but we already have enough here. I don't want to make this bone broth. I want to make pumpkin soup. And, maybe I just don't want this. Pour out the whole pot, get something new. But you could be very well standing in the way of your own manifestations at this point. And that's some of the good news for you is to just know that the moment you let go of this, all of these cups turn upright. You release these fears when it comes to setting boundaries, and you really just hone in on what is true for you. You go back to your vision board, you come back to yourself, take a retreat, turn your phone off, get off social media, just keep to yourself and return back to the original vision and discover that version of yourself that is living in that vision, independent from all the other people who tell you what is the best way to be you, what is the best way to complete this project. So that is the message I have for you. And let me just say, I just got a vision of the 10 of Pentacles and like big money bags. So it's like the big money's coming in. Just a simple no and setting those intentions and boundaries could be the biggest key to happiness. However, it is probably the most difficult. It is not easy to say no, but expect pushback from people who are not used to it, and just don't apologize for yourself. Do it in the kindest way possible, but above all else, love yourself. So that is what I have for you. I hope this has helped, and I will see you in another reading.